cause these things to jump out of gear? This guy had a real heavy foot. The snap ring here and this shim. Okay? Give me a straight screwdriver, would you, Paul? And if there's any play at all, back and forth, I'm going to have you look up the tolerance in the book. These things will jump out of gear. This is what holds a shift fork. The other thing that holds them in gear is the cut of the dog of the gears. All right? I want everybody to look down in here at this one gear. This one here. You see how that's back cut at an angle? This is something you need to understand if you're going to understand transmissions. You see how that's cut at an angle? That piece where I got my light? Okay. Now, if we look at the other piece that it's locking against, look at the angle that it's cut at. Okay, these two here. You see how that's cut? What that does is the more pressure you put on it, the harder it tries to lock itself together. The two gears literally try to screw into each other because of the ramps. Typically, when you pull one of these things apart and you've got something jumping out of gear, you're going to find those no longer have that back cut in them. You're going to find that they're flat or they're even worn at an angle the opposite direction. Okay? We don't see too much trouble with that anymore. The gears are pretty hard, things are pretty big. Asian bikes, the pieces are pretty small, and on a lot of them, they don't even use a dog like this. They'll use a round pin design that slips into the hole with no back cut. They're far more susceptible to problems. Harley does make a good gearbox and a good clutch these days, hands down. I mean, compared to the days, Rudy will go with me on this, compared to the days of the old 4-speeds and the ratchet tops, they have come a long, long way.
So the Revolution, you can't even get into it. You can't even touch the tranny. It's all in one case.
Okay. The V-rods.
Yep.
Very much like an Asian bike. Remember I was telling you yesterday it's a hard gearbox to work with? The trouble with the V-rod, the shift drum's in the top case, everything's in the bottom case basically. What makes this so neat is you can take and shift it through the gears, you can watch everything, you can see how it's lining up. To me, it's a great design to work on. And they're stronger than hell for what they are. I mean, how much horsepower does the bagger put out stock?
60.
All right, let's pick 60 as a number. Okay, these guys are running 128-inch engines against these transmissions in stock configuration. Am I correct? A lot of stock transmissions out there. They have to go to better clutches. But the trannies seem to hold up. It's a good, strong design. The other thing is, like I say, it's easy to work on. My firm belief is the easier the factory makes it to work on, the better chance we stand to fixing it. You know, doggone a V-rod, if it takes a hit on the shifter, say in a crash on the left-hand side, that's it. It takes every goddamn fork out of it. And I've been through it. And it will usually total the motorcycle.
The whole engine has to come apart.
Huh?
The whole engine has to be split.
The whole engine has to come apart. The glory of this is I can do everything that I need to do to this transmission except replace the main case in the motorcycle. Makes it real feasible to fix it, don't it? Okay. What all it does is it rotates this drum the opposite direction. Okay. Alright, gear. Oh, there we go. Okay. We engaged another set of gears, just like we did on first. As we go through, the power flow moves through the transmission depending on what gear it is. We're going to get into a section in the book, and one of the great things about the Harley book at this point is they have very good diagrams of the power flow. What weight is this ball?
5.